So let's start over from the top of page 1. Quick review. Market clearance principle. Keep this in mind. Almost all is market clearance because our focus is in equilibrium analysis. Process is second interest. Our prime interest is in equilibrium, the final stage of equilibrium. So sometimes textbooks say this should be identical because of, by definition or because of accounting identity, say either way. By definition, all terms are defined in the market. So equilibrium, market in equilibrium. So at the end of the day, what is sold is should be the same as what is bought. Accounting identity, keep recording. That's double entry bookkeeping. Double entry bookkeeping, each and every trade you enter twice. You make two entries, once in the left-hand side and the other time right-hand side. So double entry bookkeeping, this is what we call, this is debit side, credit side. Okay. You sell something for let's say 500 won, the sales 500 won, then you be paid with in cash, or anyway cash in general, you have cash like this way, 500. Each and every trade you enter twice, this one. So in general principle, this is sources enter here, then uses enter here. Uses, so this is sources and the uses. You can have, you are from many different, you are asset in many different ways. So cash, or you can buy something else with this one. So in general, as for now, we don't have time to elaborate on this, but I'll come back to this one more time. Spring, I promise. Spring means in international economics. You cannot avoid me if you are ever going to take international economics. You cannot avoid me. So anyway, at that time, I will explain this in great detail, more detail. But just for your common sense, not for just for this course. I told you, right, I strongly recommended you to take an elementary accounting course before graduation, because accounting is simply a different language among business people and economists. So language, there is a language. If you don't understand English, you have difficulty understanding me, right? Likewise, if you don't understand accounting, it is a language, then you have difficulty understanding what economists or business people are talking about. Is that clear? So simply a language, nothing else. So basic principle, double entry bookkeeping, 복식보기, double entry bookkeeping. Incidentally, double entry bookkeeping was formalized by Luca Pacioli, boyfriend of Leonardo da Vinci. Very serious. Boyfriend of Leonardo da Vinci. They were homosexual. They lived together very long time. So when see two adults live together, something suspicious, right? But we know nobody is clear, but simply people are suspicious. Okay, Luca Pacioli. Okay, so for your common sense, most Italian name end with a vowel. Pacioli, Berlusconi, or Draghi, many things. Okay, not everybody. Most Italian names end with a vowel. So putting it the other way around, Vilfredo Pareto is Italian, okay, but Pigu was not Italian. Pigu was British. That's exception. Anyway, the voluntary bookkeeping is formalized late 14th or not late 15th century or sometime, has become popular. You make double entry, two entries, once same always. Keep doing this, then total sum of left-hand side should be identical to total sum of right-hand side, right? That's what I call should be identical. Okay, so as time goes by, you will understand. You'll come back to this message from time to time along the way. So microeconomics, quantity sold should be equal to quantity purchased. Even if you say quantity, okay, it's normally in terms of money, quantity sold, money, revenue sold, revenue purchased should be, they cannot be different. Likewise, macroeconomics, GDP, Y itself represents production or aggregate supply. We'll come to that in the future, 2 weeks later. But as for now, Y is production, should be equal to consumption, spending. Okay, so this is market clearance principle. Likewise, S should be not DI, I'm sorry, because I made a mistake. The equation. Last week we talked about loanable funds market. So market in equilibrium. This was okay. Loanable funds, as far as I remember, loanable funds market. This is funds, and this is interest rate. Okay, and this is what was this? Saving investment. But this is. There was a mistake. That's not DI. So why that is? Okay. For simplicity's sake, to understand the principle, we assume closed economy. Understanding the principle is enough to understand closed economy. Open economy is a simple extension of closed economy theory in the closed economy. So this is definition of Y C plus G, right? This is definition of savings. Then Y is by market clearance principle. What is Y? Y should be equal to, should be identical to. Okay. What? C plus I plus G, right? This is just identity. That's not definition. This is definition. Okay. Identity. So you insert. What do we have? Remember. Okay, this should be equal to Y identical C plus I plus G. These two are identical thing. Okay. So C minus C plus G. So this is what the equation. This is the equation. What do we have? I. So in sum, that's okay. That's another market clearance principle. One market, this market. Loanable funds market. Loanable funds market. Is that clear? Oh, you will keep hearing this story very time and again. Market clearance principle. At the end of the day, each and every market should be cleared. That's by definition, right? We focus on what? Equilibrium analysis. Our interest in equilibrium analysis. That definition of equilibrium, right? Equilibrium means market is cleared. That's equilibrium. Okay. If market is not cleared, market cannot be in equilibrium, right? Price cannot remain the same, right? So, okay, when there is a surplus, what do we will see? What will we see? Surplus. Price will go up, go down. Surplus, go down. Deficit, price will go not in equilibrium, right? When market is cleared, market is stable, so price stays there. Okay. That's the definition of market clearance principle. So, labor market, international fund market, or international trade market, any market, this is it. Okay, then understandable. So critical determinants of GDP. So we understood that this is. So YN, this is aggregate production. Okay, so this is spending. Two of them intact, and then to put the system in equilibrium. So in defining equilibrium Y, here again, and our interest is in Y0 equilibrium. Equilibrium GDP is our interest. Okay, so the intersection of the two, which is more critical? Just like which do you love better, mom or dad? Mom, dad? You tell me between you and me. I will tell you dad even if you say you love mom better. Right? You love mom better. Youngkyung, Higun, what do you love better? Mom, dad? Sometimes mom, other times, right? Likewise, this is more critical, defining Y itself is production condition. Okay, this is demand condition. So defining GDP, which is more critical, supply condition, demand condition. Answer is short run demand condition, long run production condition. Because simply think about that. You cannot produce any more than your production capacity on a consistent basis, right? Okay. So Yerin can achieve an A+ of staying overnight. Okay. But she cannot do that, right? Can you stay overnight every day, day after day, every day? So on a consistent basis, that's your normal. That's your 실력, 평소 실력, right? So 쪽집게 가야 you can achieve a big thing, but you cannot do that on a consistent basis. Okay? Working very hard, you can produce more than your production capacity, but you cannot do that on a consistent basis. Is it clear? So on a consistent basis, the key is to the Y, production capacity. But demand side is very fickle, as fickle as Youngkyung's mind. So it's going up and down. Why is that? Oh, you have a bad mood today. Probably you will refrain from buying another cup of coffee, right? You'll stop. You wouldn't visit the Starbucks over. Do you have Starbucks over there? Yes, we do. You wouldn't do that. If high mood, you'll consume this and that, right? Demand is very volatile. Your capacity, 평소 실력, does it change quickly? No, it doesn't change quickly. Why is production capacity means your 평소 실력. Is that clear? Okay, so it's useful to understand that individual market or individual, eventually we'll come to this one. Okay, one more time. This is product QP. And the whole economy is what we call Y. Y is income. So this is P product. We call ADAS. Here, this is DS. So here again, S is defined by your technology of production, your firm, right? S is from MPC. MPC is your production, the marginal production cost. It's defined by your technology, right? Does your technology change so quickly? No, it doesn't. But this is very pickle P, as I say. If this is affected by Kyung-ha's mood. Remember, I sell Starbucks coffee. Depending on your daily condition, this will go up and down. Okay, so this is same story. Short run demand, this is up and down, this will go up and down, right? Long run, if this doesn't stay here, you cannot expect price falling down. You cannot expect, right? The only way. So because of this, one more time, simply put, macro or micro or macro, it's useful to know that short run demand condition is more critical, while long run supply condition is more critical. Okay, so in terms of our chapters, chapter 33, this is actually our final destination for this course, stability economics or Keynesian economics, you call. So we discussed growth economics, chapter 25, or this is you may call supply side economy. Is that how to, so simply put, stability economics is the how to stabilize the demand side, CIG, altogether. If she falls short, government should intervene to make up for the shortage in C by increasing G. Because G is at the government discretion, right? Okay. While long run, this is the production function defines a country's or your own firms or your own individual production capacity. So if this is you, this you mean 평소 실력. Okay? How intelligent you are, how healthy you are, how hard you studied, things like that. Is it clear? Then per capita GDP is the most popular happiness index. Is there? Okay. Happiness index is that to build the science, we have to find a way to measure a thing. Without the measurement, you cannot build a theory. So without theories, you cannot build the science. We talk about happiness index more broadly, or more narrowly, you say material welfare. Material welfare is so the job of the government is to make people happier, right? But material wealth doesn't guarantee the spiritual happiness, right? But we equalize two of them. We assume, but so we see material wealth begets spiritual happiness to people. That's our assumption. So in that way, you say per capita GDP is the most popular per capita GDP per head. So GDP is taken as the happiness index or index for material wealth, material welfare. So this one you can easily understand that. Okay, per capita GDP is the definition is Y over population. Y this is Y over L. L is size of workforce. I multiplied L over P, right? Everybody is clear. So variation of the equation. So what I mean is that this is definition of per capita GDP, L, Y. Then we decompose this into two categories. Equal Y over L multiplied P over L. Same story, right? So what do you call this? 정연을, late comer, what do we call this? What might we call this? Y over L. Y is GDP, product. This is labor. You're right. There is a different name for it. One. Labor productivity. How simple that is. This is nothing other than labor productivity, isn't it? This is labor productivity. This many workers have produced this much. That's labor productivity. Right? What do you call this? We call labor force participation rate. Labor force participation rate. So Korea, this is P is something like 50 million right now. L, active workers, number of active workers, we'll come back to this shortly. This hour, in this, we'll come back to that. But this is number of people actively working or looking for work, looking for a job. Number of people working or looking for a job. It's L, we call labor force. Labor force. So now 28 is in, then the rate is this one. Labor force participation rate. So we assume this is pretty stable. So this doesn't change so quickly over time because this is a matter of lifestyle. This is pretty much stable. So from this we can roughly say, you can understand that the per capita GDP is defined by what? Productivity, labor productivity. So this is very similar to you. Your standard of living is defined by what? Your productivity. Unless you have rich parents, okay? If you have fortunate enough to have, okay, the chapter 28, unemployment. So you'll be worried when you hear this term, right? Immediately. So implication of unemployment to the society. What will happen to the society if unemployment rate is high? Number one, economically GDP will decrease, right? Socially, there are many people unemployed. What will happen? Instability to the society. Civil demonstration. That's what we see in Greece right now. Greece. Okay. To job losers. Okay. This is very important to recognize. You know that already. But think about that. When you lose a job, then immediately you don't lose the income because the government will come to you and compensate the lost earning for that's Korea. America same story. 6 months 실직보험, okay, 실업보험 in America. Unemployment insurance Korea 6 months, America 6 months. The European may be longer than your country. Netherlands maybe 2 years. Latvia pretty much. Malaysia I don't know. In terms of insurance premium, I'm sorry. In terms of unemployment insurance, okay, European countries are much more generous than America or Korea. Maybe 2 years, maybe up 2 years, America. So you have 2 years of time to find another job. Very generous. So, but that's not the end of the story. What will happen to you? If you lose, all of a sudden you lose your job, what will happen to you? Number one, anxiety. You don't have any idea how soon I will get a job. Anxiety, okay, more than that. Then anxiety may lead into depression. Depression. So depression is the urge to commit suicide. That's the most serious problem. Okay, that's a big danger. Some people is suffering from depression. That's first symptom of depression is that the urge to commit suicide. That's extremely dangerous. So the thing is that that's not a matter of income. Unemployment is not just a matter of income, but also a matter of many things: anxiety, depression, and the loss of self-esteem. You lose pride, right? So you have the many stories regarding job losers hiding the fact to their families, right? We have heard of that. So, meaning not just an economic problem. Okay? Unemployment is not just an economic problem, but humanistic and social problems as well. Is it clear? So this is the reason why people will talk about it's so critical. Okay, then unemployment. Delicate definition of unemployment related statistics from country to country. So in general, Korea's unemployment rate is said to be something like 3%, while America's normal unemployment rate is there 3%. America normal unemployment right now 6.5%, something like that. The difference is that definition of unemployment, definition of being in the workforce. Korea's definition is very different. Korea's definitions are different than American definitions or European definitions. From country to country, simply because of the definitions are different. So it's almost meaningless to compare Korea's unemployment rate is way too low than America, and Korea is a better society to live in. You cannot say in that way. Okay, so comparing any number, so any GDP macroeconomic indicator, you should be very careful. Inter-country comparison, you should be very careful. So number one, base year may be different. I mentioned that, right? Comparing two numbers from different base years, that's totally meaningless. That's simply nothing. So check out whether the base year is the same Then number two, definitions maybe become very, very different. Okay? Even definition of GDP, Korea GDP is different than American definition of GDP. It could be different. Okay? So you should be very careful. So then, that's what I mean here. Then probably you have heard of 정리해고, 일시해고, layoff. Now layoff presupposes recalling them back, rehiring them back. Okay? That's a layoff. 일시해고 means because of the recession of the economy, I release you, I let you go momentarily. Momentarily. Then that presupposes if the situation improves, okay, if the economy returns to boom time, I will recall you type of thing. That's the nature of layoff. But practically, that's conceptually. But practically, if I lay Danny off, will you stay home? Or would you actually look for another job? You will look for another job, right? You hired somebody else, bye-bye to you for good. Is that clear? So conceptually, layoff is very different, but practically, pretty much same story as dismissal, firing. So firing is different than normally firing and dismissal for good. Bye-bye to you, Young. Bye-bye. I'm not going to see you never. That's the nature of dismissal. But layoff is, wait a moment, I'll call you back. Recall. But conceptually, they are different, but practically, pretty much same story. Yeah? Okay, so one warning to you. You have to be very clear regarding this. Unemployment rate is not adult population over unemployed, but L over P, not adult population. So graph will help you, this one, labor force. The difference between adult population and labor force. So, okay, 성철 and 연우. No, this is 성욱, right? Two latecomers. Are you adults? 성철, are you adults? No, are you an adult? Are you sure? She is very timid. He is very timid. Okay. Answering to my question, if he is an adult. 민경, are you an adult? Certainly, yes. Okay. There is a legal definition of being an adult. Maybe right now, what age is the 18? 19? She's not 19 years old yet.
I am.
Then you are an adult. An adult? 성우, are you an adult?
20 years old.
So meaning you are an adult, right? Okay, confidently, please confidently say yes, I'm an adult. 이건, are you an adult? Okay. 현웅, are you an adult? Okay, 서현, are you an adult? Between you and me, because a lady's age is a secret. She may be younger than 19, but between you and me, okay. Are you an adult? Okay. Okay, that was a joke. So, but the question is that most of you are an adult. I know that. Okay, most of you are an adult. Are you in the workforce? No, you are not in the workforce. You are excluded from the definition of workforce. Somebody in the army service, excluded from the workforce. Two, and then others, people, your grandparents, are they in workforce? No, they have retired long ago. So retired people are excluded from. So most housewives in Korea are regarded out of workforce, but America, most households are regarded to be looking for a job. Then in workforce, Korea, most housewives are out of workforce. America, many of them are in workforce, still in workforce. You know the difference? because American housewives are, in general, they are actively looking for a job, even if it's not easy to find a job. Korea, so it's so they have given up, okay, working opportunities altogether. So you know the difference. Okay, so one more time, the definition of unemployment rate is not so. There's no question, right? Top is unemployed. Unemployed. Base is different. Base is different. Okay. So, okay, it's not L, but no, not adult population, but L. The denominator is L. Keep this in mind. And then variability in unemployment. There are many reasons, okay, why they are different. Number one, cross-sectional. So cross-sectional, you understand, right? Cross-sectional, same period of time is cross-sectional. That's when you see statistics or the numbers. One is cross-sectional. You call cross-sectional. Same point of time across different places, different forms, different students. There's the same time, point of time. You call cross-sectional. The other longitudinal is across time for same place. So 예린지 stature over time, longitudinal. Sometimes you call time series. So understand? Time series is we call, other times we call longitudinal. Okay, then cross-sectional variability. Some countries, some regions, some groups. So in Korea, unemployment rate cross gender, which unemployment rate is higher, male unemployment or female unemployment? We are not sure. Number of people working, absolutely male unemployment, male working people are much higher. That's sometimes you call employment rate. That's what now 고용률. 고용률 is what 박근혜 government is claimed they would focus on it. The difference is that sometimes you say employment rate, 고용률, the base is different. Okay, this one. Unemployment rate is the labor force of unemployed. Okay. But employment rate is adult population over employed. So you should be very clear regarding 실업률, 고용률 in the Korean language. English unemployment rate. This is employment rate. English same story. Employment rate is the denominator is adult population. While when you calculate unemployment rate, the denominator is labor force, not adult population. It's confusing. So, but anyway, that's the general practice. Okay. So turn to page 3. Natural rate of unemployment. We have 10 pages to cover this week. Anyway, you can do that. You have to cover more than 5 pages today. We are going to do that. So, natural rate of unemployment. Okay. And then let's take a moment and take a look at the figure 2. So you pull out your textbook and open your textbook. Jessina, please open your textbook and then refer to table, no figure. Figure 2, Mingyang didn't bring her textbook. How poor she is. None in this section of the economy, none. Then if you take a look at the two things, right? One is a trend and the other one is a cycle. It's up and down, up and down. Then it's a seasonal, cyclical unemployment, and then natural rate of unemployment. The trend is the trend. We call natural rate of unemployment. Okay, what that means more precise, more specific. We'll come to that. So cycle is due to business cycle. Somehow we call business cycle. 경기 변동. Natural rate of unemployment is de facto. De facto is practically. Okay? De facto of the fact. De facto 사실상의 in the Korean language. 사실상의 full employment. So natural rate of unemployment 자연 실업률. Okay. Then from natural rate of unemployment, natural level of output. Okay. Meaning we cannot reduce unemployment rate below the natural rate of unemployment. Here again on a consistent basis. Temporarily you can reduce it, but consistent basis you cannot do that. What that means is that, so for example, right now Korea's unemployment is 3%. You can reduce it like 2.5% by pulling the housewives out to the workplace. You can do that temporarily. But as who's more productive? Who would be more productive? Regular workers are housewives newly participating in the work. The existing, right? So housewives, wives are no in general, because of lack of training, not lack of intelligence, poor intelligence or anything like that. Because of lack of training, then it's less productive. So price will go up, right? Higher price, and then this will go up. And if all prices will go up, then the production will return to original position, and we'll think in that way. So one more time, in summary, natural is natural. Naturally is there, so we cannot reduce the unemployment rate below natural rate of unemployment on a consistent basis. Likewise, we cannot increase GDP over natural rate of production, right? Rate of output on a consistent basis. Is that clear? Okay. Why you cannot reduce unemployment rate to absolute zero is there is two reasons are referred to. Number one, frictional unemployment, 마찰적 실업. So information gathering, re-education and training. Okay. What this means is that in general we assume technology is the same, okay, job skills are the same, but in the real world the situation is not like that, right? When you find a new job, you have to be retrained, right? You educated to learn the new tricks. Okay. Because of this, it takes time. That's number one. Number two, relocation. Okay, let's say 설찬. So are you ready to work in Busan at the same salary? You are now working, assuming you are working in Seoul. Are you ready to accept a job in the Busan at the same salary? Probably you wouldn't, right? That's what I call relocation. Relocation, it gives you many hassles and headaches, right? So, as 설찬 agreed. So to relocate workers, it takes time and money, cost. So that's what I call relocation. We call 마찰적 실업, and the other one structural unemployment, minimum wage laws, wage unions, efficiency wage. We'll come back to this one by one. But as for now, okay, so the name, frictional unemployment. Okay, it's making the surface of this surface making more what can I say, more smooth. Can you reduce? You can reduce friction, right? So idealistically, you can remove frictions altogether, right? That's possible. But if not possible, you can get close and close and close, right? The 마찰적 실업, frictional unemployment, depending on your efforts, you can reduce it bit by bit, if not perfectly. But structural, you cannot reduce it because that's just structural. You know this difference? Frictional, that gives you some idea. You cannot reduce, you can reduce it to somewhat, if not altogether, not completely. The implication of the language, okay? Frictional unemployment, the other structural. Structural, by definition, if you don't change the structure, you cannot remove it. Understandable? Okay. So, let's keep going because according to my schedule. Yeah, just finish it, this one, page 3. Job search. So causes for frictional unemployment. Okay, that sectoral shifts. So standard language is sectorial shift, but somehow he uses sectoral shifts. You type sectoral, you have an error message. So standard language is sectorial, as far as I know. I'm not sure. Anyway, Benq uses sectoral. So the reason why this happens is that sector means regional or industry-wise. This is industry, that industry. This region, that region, or this firm, that firm. That's a sectoral shift. So microscopic change, not total. So this region changes, okay, this firm changes, or this industry changes. That's more or less microscopic change we call sectoral, not as opposed to macroscopic change. So a system means the whole consisting of different parts. So is your cell phone a system? A system, not individual parts, but a collection of individual parts. Is your cell phone a system? Yes. So is this a system? Maybe I think so. Pencil? Pencil may not be a system. It stays stable, right? Pencil, the system, or even if they consider parts, it doesn't change, doesn't move. Okay. So anyway, a system is a whole. The whole consists of parts. Okay, that's the definition of a system. Then there are two different types of system. One is machine. The other one is organism. How different? Relationships between parts live stable. So in your cell phone, relationship stay the same. Yes, stay the same. If it doesn't stay the same, your machine is out of service. Is it clear? But your body is a system. So your body is organism. Two types of system. One is a machine. Machine definition relationship is prescribed. Have moved in prescribed way. System, the parts keep moving, but the relationship should be in the defined way. If it moves in non-defined way, out of service is 고장났어요. Okay. So organism is never defined. Okay. As you see, without knowing, okay. So as Yerin grows, the proportion between her eyes and it keeps changing, right? Then sometimes you have stomach ache, right? Everything else is okay, but stomach is malfunctioning. The relationship between, as you increase, so a very, very fancy, beautiful kid growing ugly. Do you know that? Someone ugly, very serious. A very small kid. If it is ideally like a 팔등신, as it goes by, it get out of 팔등신. That is because that's an organism. The relation between your parts, it keeps changing as you grow, right? That's organism. Understandable? Okay. So the thing is that any organism, then plus product life cycle. You have heard of this one. So just like an organism, each and every product has its own cycle. Okay. So you'll see this graph time and again. Okay, or the rest through the rest of your life, and you will hear this the many times, more times throughout your life. The rest of your life is the product life cycle, product life cycle, everything. Okay, so typical product life cycle is this time. This is activity level, or we call revenue in terms of business revenue. It's not like this will keep growing. So, again, KH, did you straightly, have you straightly grown? Or will be so? No. Okay. So, this looks like this one. Okay. This is the most typical product life cycle. So you will see this diagram, especially when you take marketing course. Marketing courses, you will sick of seeing this graph. So normally we classify in four phases. A product life cycle consists of 4 phases. Okay, stage number 1, what do we call this? Introduction, 도입기. Growth. So introduction, growth. This is mature, decline. So there is no question. I'm in the phase number 4. Mingi, in what phase are you? Growth. 기훈. Growth. So here is introduction, still in introduction, right? 성영, what stage are you in? Introduction, growth, mature. She's mature, right? Okay. 서정, as a latecomer, what stage are you in? Introduction. Maybe most of you are, I guess, somewhere around here. Maybe around here, approaching the end growth rate. So likewise, a product goes this trend. Introduction, then if a product is in this stage, employment will increase or decrease? Increase. Employment stable, employment decreases, right? So this is industry-wise. So declining industry will release some people, while growth industry hire more people. We need a shift, right? Sectoral shift. Likewise, okay, a city is the same story. A region goes its own life cycle. Remember, Detroit is here right now, right? Detroit was here. Let's keep going. Seoul maybe here. Population in Seoul should be declining, because as people become more affluent, which would you prefer? Very hectic, congested rural urban life, or calm and peaceful urban life? Which would you prefer? Rural life, right? 전원주택, okay. That's pastoral, right? Pastoral life, right? Everybody, probably many of you would admire pastoral life. Pastoral. I live in a rural area here. That's very much enjoyable. I'm very happy right now because I live in, not in apartment, like a confined apartment, free environment and fresh air. So people become affluent. People want to move out of the downtown or inner city. That's what happened. So everything goes in this regard. Okay. So finally, in the first hour today, the idea of the product life cycle is very useful. Okay. So this life cycle is applicable to number one, living things, you and me. Okay. Number two, organization. Okay. Hanyang University is the best. It will not remain so forever. So it's going up, going down. Okay. There's organization. Samsung will be the number one forever. I don't believe so. Okay. Each and every organization keeps dying. What they call vicissitude. Likewise, region, city, and then country. Remember, so Pax Romana, right? Pax Romana into Pax Britannica and Pax Americana and Pax China. Okay. Pax, Pax. Okay. So likewise, Pax. 로마 전성시대 Pax Romana, Pax Britannica, Pax America right now, Americana, and China, Pax China maybe, I don't know. But that's what you call up, going and down. So each and everything. And then finally products, the industry, because each and every industry is based on a product, right? As product goes up, an industry goes and down. So everything has product life cycle, right? Remember product industry, and okay, firm, okay, and the region. Because of this, sectoral shifts are not avoidable, inevitable. Let's keep going. Bottom of page 3. So life cycle causes cross-industry shifts. Then changing competitiveness of individual firms, cross-firm shifts. Okay. Cross-industry shifts, cross-firm shifts, and cross-regional shifts. It's my same story. All due to life cycle of its own type. Then frictional unemployment, imperfect information, openings versus seekers. If they do not match, openings versus seekers do not match, even if there is job openings. Openings means job openings. And then simply because of ignorance. Okay, so in this case, do you think the government needs to intervene in the marketplace? Like a 직업 속에서? I'm not sure. Huh? Okay. But right now, you don't need that kind of thing, right? It's simply maybe, do you have internet job market, anything like that? I think so, maybe. Internet job markets, I think there are lots of them. So probably government doesn't need to intervene in the marketplace. Public retraining program. So public vocational training centers. Do you think we need one in Korea? Vocational training center. Vocational training is that definition, individual benefits, right? You get that's not anything related to externality, but basic K-12 education in America, or 1 to in Korea 1 to 9, 1 to 6, 1 to 9. America K-12 is mandatory. Most European countries pretty much K-12 your country, right? Rather than K-12 up to high school. Okay. Okay. So depending on sophomore age. Age. Korea anyway 1 to 9 is mandatory. That's because of externality, because people are not well educated, highly possibly they will become criminals and ruining, vandalists, ruining the whole environment. Or maybe they are not ready to elect the right representatives. But vocational education, totally different story. So unemployment insurance is the very, very basic social security net. Okay. But moral hazard, so counter selection. So this one, unintended consequences of social security. What this means is that whenever you have a protection, you will become complacent. You will be lazy in finding jobs or re-educating yourself. You will be lazy. This is what typically happening in Europe. That is one of the European problems right now. Most economists understand that one of the reasons why the unemployment rate in Europe, in most every country, is so high, 10% or even higher than 10%. France maybe 12%, Germany 8%, something like that, and Greece 25%, Spain 25%. Okay, so this is, many economists think that that's partly because of way too lenient, too generous uninsurance premium, and then people take a count selection. Count selection is that people intentionally take socially undesirable actions. That's count selection. Okay, so I better on the unemployment insurance than working. Understandable? So because this is so generous, I better on the unemployment insurance package rather than working and diligently looking for type. Understandable? That's counter selection, unintended consequences. Okay, so the prescription for that is the government. That's okay. Government needs to take care of people in need, including fired people, jobless people. But anyway, the government has to give some incentives so that unemployed people may find a job quickly, as soon as possible. That's beneficial to the government and to the person too. Then Korea, this is the 고용보험 실직급여, those for Korean students. And then here is intensive too. So if you, as I said, insurance covers only 6 months. Before that, you find a job, then the government keep paying you certain percentage of the insurance. Then you have double income, right? Regular income from your job, then partial income from insurance premium. That's actually incentive for finding a job. Okay. Most every country have this like this one. Then structural barriers to full employment. There are 3: minimum wage, labor union, and finally efficient wage. We'll attack one by one. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Minimum wage, three sources of structural unemployment. Number 1, minimum wage. Number 2, labor union wage. And then number 3, efficiency wage. Wage cannot be efficient. Okay, efficiency wage. In the Korean language, maybe 효율성 임금. This is clear to you. Everybody knows this one because we discussed this one already. This is demand, supply, and this is of course wage. Leave the market alone. This one, L0, W0. And then government steps in and then set price ceiling. Price ceiling should be binding and then above this one. Not straight line. Dotted broken line, this one. Then here, W star. Okay. So at W star, what is the demand for L? This one, right? What is supply for L? Demand for L, supply of L. This is supply of L, right? L demand star, L demand star. This is L supply star. Okay. Which is bigger? Supply is bigger, right? Then here, L, the gap between L star D, L star S. What do you call this? That's unemployment. Why there is W0, there is no unemployment. There is no unemployment because everyone who want to work at W0 are employed. That's the key point here. Huh? So that's the definition of actual idea or concept of unemployment is that at the prevailing market wage, if everybody is employed, we say full employment. If not, unemployment here. Huh? So this adult population is here. Even here, full employment. Okay, one more time. Okay, take note of it. Note of the fact that full employment doesn't mean all adults are employed because this guy here, maybe this guy is voluntarily retiring. This guy are voluntarily retiring from working. Is that clear? So why do they do that? Because I have more utility, okay, taking care of my grandkids, even though which I don't have right now still. Some people do that, right? Okay, I'd like to, when you have enough money, you would like to do something else because you think it's more valuable. Every any case, everything is marginal, right? I have earned enough money, so money doesn't mean anything to me. So I will do something else. So if we are going to work, you have to sacrifice this, right? So S is what is from what I call marginal pain of working. Marginal pain of working, of course, includes opportunity cost. So I have to work here. I have to sacrifice something else, much pleasant thing. You have to sacrifice playing with my grandkids, which I don't have still. Okay. Understandable? So here, they voluntarily chose not to work. That's not unemployment. Okay. So one more time. The definition of unemployment is that everyone who is ready to work at the prevailing market wage is employed. That's the definition of full employment. Is that clear? Okay. Now, here. Minimum wage government sets here. Okay. So, where would be the employment? LD star or LS star? How much people will be employed? LD star, right? Because that's their choice, firm's choice. Government shouldn't, okay, force the firm to do anything. Okay? So government cannot force the firm to keep the same people. So because rational people, their perspective, this is wage, right? What is this? Marginal product of labor, right? That's all is marginal. This is marginal benefit, marginal cost, right? This is you cannot force. The government cannot force, okay, firms to hire any more than this one. So this is it. So what will be the unemployment right now? This one or this one? Here unemployment is this one. So amplified unemployment this way. Less people are working right now because of higher. These people are released from dismissed. We call dismissed or laid off. This is dismissed for good. This is now a matter of cycle, economic cycle. Structurally for good. I'm dismissed you. So then more people now want to work. So both regards. Okay, expanded both ways. So unemployment people become double, close to double. This one, okay, here. Then labor union is slightly different. Okay. So this is so unionized, ununionized. Okay. So now dual market, or two-tiered market. Okay, two-tiered job market. So initially, before union, same story because there is no reason why there might be two different. That's law of own price principle. Before the labor union, there should be the same story because if this wage is low, 정원, what would you do? Okay, before unionization, there are two markets. This is soon to be unionized. Okay, this is so will not be unionized. Then before unionization, if the market the wage rate is different, 정원, what will you do? If you are here, okay, something like this. If you are here, so this market, this sector market, your wage is low, right? What will you do? You stay. Are you satisfied being here, or you will move this market? You move this market, right? So I mean, you will be doing the same thing, right? Yujong will be even Yujong will do the same thing. Are you sure? You will move this direction. As you move this direction, the S curve moves this direction. But this move that increases, right? So that will happen. That will keep happening until two prices are the same. But because of this, before unionization, okay, even if you think two markets, two sectors markets here, originally you are here, so same wage zero. So at wage zero, both markets are cleared. Okay. Now somehow unionized market, okay, so because of the union negotiation, group negotiation, the price will go up or go down. After union negotiation, Jian, this question is only to you. After the negotiation with the union, wage will go up or go down? Go up, go down? Okay, so as a union member, you prefer lower wage, right? Higher wage.
I demand
To management, okay. So simply put, what would be the outcome of union negotiation? Price will go up or go down?
well,
Why did you say differently? Misunderstood, right? So trouble was me, right? That's my trouble, right? My mistake, not your mistake. Okay. Anyway, that was joking. Okay. So now somehow, okay, union leads. That's the way union works, right? In the first place, that's the reason for being of a union. Union, the purpose of union is raising the wage rather than reduction, right? Reduction, you don't need the union, right? So this will be set up here. Let's say W star. Pretty much same story here. Okay. Then the difference previously people L0. Now how much? L D star. Okay. This here. Okay. Is that clear? This much people will be dismissed for good because this is structural. Because of cycle, that's a layoff. They lay off. Technically, that's a layoff. But this is structural. That's dismissal, firing. You are fired. Okay. So you are dismissed from my place. Okay, Yunna, the latest comer. Okay. So if you fall in this category, previously you used to work for this occasion. Okay. Then because of union age, you are dismissed from this occasion. So will you stay home or will you try to find another job in different sector of the city? Will you stay home, starving? Is there anyone who will be staying home and starving? Oh, you will try to different market, right? Different market. What happens here? This is ununionized market. Eh? So this is B, C. Which car moves to which direction? Now you see, so Yunna overflows here. Okay, so will 현민, so will 세원, so will 성영, so will 지연, right? What will happen here? Of the two, which car moves? This is unionized market. This is ununionized market. The only place you can overflow is ununionized market, right? Because there is no room for you, unfortunately. So what happens here? S curve moves to the right, okay? Because supply people flow in this. So this will S prime. Let's say S star. And then in this market, what will happen to you? Wage will go down. Okay, this is wage 2 star. Let's put it here 2 star. So now here difference is that they are outright dismissed. They cannot find any job because by law nobody can offer you lower than W0. That's by the minimum wage law. But there is no such constraint right here. So anyone can, the wage itself is flexible here. Is that clear? So here what you can see is that this goes higher, and this goes down. It goes up, goes down. So here unionized laborers, okay, benefit at the expense of what? Ununionized workers. So is that clear? Different story. So here, who would be harmed the most? Fired. That's it. You go back home. Stay there. So who would harmed? Which group of people harmed the most? Skilled labor or unskilled labor? Unskilled labor. So that's very ironical. The very reason why government introduced this new system of minimum wage law is to protect skilled labor or unskilled labor. Unskilled labor. But outcome is paradoxically, it is the unskilled labor who government intended to protect in the first place. Is that clear? So that here, no such a thing as floor, wage floor. So simply put, here our conclusion is that unionized workers benefit, okay, at the expense of ununionized workers. So message to you is that if you don't belong to union, don't support union activities because you will be harmed. It will be you who will be harmed by any union activities. Is the message clear to you? So don't blindly follow. Well, I know that young people tend to become ideologic. Okay? So you blindly tend to protect union activities, but it's okay. Hitting your eyes with your own finger. 제 손가락으로 재능 지르기니까 don't do that if you are not going to become a member of. Okay, and then problem is that the unionization ratio is much lower than you expect in most every country. For example, top of page 5, Korea's unionization rate is merely 9.8%. America, 12%. Europe, in general, this is slightly higher. Unionization rate is slightly higher, somewhat higher in European countries. Okay. Then, okay. So, labor union is fun to know. Cartel, we discussed this before, right? Cartel is prohibited every country, but there is only one legitimate cartel everywhere, is union. Labor union, think about that. You fix this one. You fix your selling price, right? This is your selling price. You fix. You supply it. You fix your selling price. That price fixing is illegal everywhere, but wage fixing is very much legal everywhere. Okay, fun to know. So only one legitimate cartel in the world, every country is union, other than OPEC. OPEC is different story. This is supra jurisdictional organization. That's beyond the national jurisdiction, OPEC. Then 3 basic rights of labor. That's for your reference. Okay. So then the middle of page 5. So quotation from page 608. Union workers earn about 10 to 20% more than similar workers who do not belong to union. Korea, this rate may be higher than this one. You know, average workers in Hyundai Motors or Hyundai Shipbuilding approaching 100 million won. 1억 won now approaching. So graduation, your annual salary maybe 20, 30 million won. 졸업하면은 200만 원, 2천만 원, 3천만 원. But they get paid, average workers, average manual workers paid now approaching 100 million won. So it's a big problem here. Then Korea insiders outside, especially this is very serious problem right now. One of the key problems in Korea right now is the big wage gap between regular workers or irregular versus irregular workers. Can you imagine anything like irregular workers? Is there anyone irregular in this room? Is there any irregular student? 현재 maybe one. very, very regular. You don't say irregular, but non-regular. In English, you don't say 비정규직, you don't say irregular worker. But actually, so to translate in, right, we may have called irregular, but irregular doesn't mean anything. So we call non-regular workers, 비정규직. This very serious problem in Korea right now. Okay, and then overall effect of labor is number 1. Distortion in resources allocation, of course. Remember this distortion. This is okay. Two segregated markets, right? But combining these two, you can welfare increases, societal welfare increase, just like a free trade. This is separate market, another one. But combining these two markets, the total surplus increases absolutely, just like international trade increases welfare in both countries. We discussed that, right? Remember, we in chapter 2, chapter 3, okay, Mr. Farmer and Miss Rancher. So we'll discuss this in great detail spring. Anyway, so absolutely reduces total surplus of that's number 1. Okay, then improvement. Number 2 is the prevention of monopsony in a company town. What this means is that monopsony is that single buyer. Single buyer. In the job market, single buyer, single hire, single employer. The most typical example worldwide is that the city of Rochester, America, New York City. Rochester, there's only one firm, meaningful firm, which was used to be Kodak. Okay. Only one firm. Okay. Then it's monopsony. Kodak used to be in the monopsony, but Kodak itself is big financial difficulty right now. But previously, Kodak was the full power to bid. At this price, I'm going to hire so many people. That's Kodak. That's monopsony. So if the buyer is in monopsony, then you can organize. So your members to as a protection of the employee. So just quick reference to you is there. You don't have time to elaborate on this. What happens to monopoly? Monopsony is there. This is the supply, okay, demand. Okay, this is of course labor market wage. What happens to them is that, as you will understand, what a firm does is what? Keep doing a thing until MB equals to MC. In this case, this is their MC. Remember the case of monopoly, MR was below this one. Right? Just like this mirror image of the case is located, MC is located above the S curve. So you can understand that relatively easily if you again calculus is the problem. Just the reverse of the logic, because you have hire more people, you have to offer higher price, right? If you are going to, you are the only high employer in the town. To hire more people, what do you have to do? Bid up or bid down your wage? Bid up. Right? So as you hire more people, you have to increase price, wage going up. Okay. So because of this, your marginal, just reverse of our logic when we discussed this below locating this one MR. So in this case, this will be, and so at this one, what will be the real wage? This will be real wage level. Previously this was wage 0, the wage monopoly. This will be reduced because you are going now reduce employment. So then what do we have? This is wage, right? Wage level. What do we have? Is the market in equilibrium? No, the market is not in equilibrium. Okay. Okay. So equilibrium. Okay. What can I say? This. Oh no, wage is here. I'm sorry, wage is here. I'm sorry. Wage is here. Double star is here. You offer only this wage higher. Okay. The wage, this is unemployment, right? Unemployment. Then this is bad thing. Okay. So you have only one party, right, to negotiate with your employer, correct? Then unionized, you said now, oh, wage is this now. Right? But this wage, what will happen? This much will happen. Okay? Because wage is fixed. No matter how many you hire, you pay the same story, right? Now wage is your marginal cost. Is that clear? So this is a way to secure full employment right here, L0. Okay? So you don't need to understand clearly because, as I say, if you understand this, that's great. If you don't, that's fine too. Because simply I don't have time to explain this in more detail. Okay, and then improvement in other working conditions is effective. You make a negotiation, not price, working conditions. That's effective in unionization. So working hours or like ventilations or things like that. Yeah. Safety. Okay, theories of efficient wage. Oh, time is running short. Okay. You are okay. You see the things longer term, not now, not now. So L, this is about future. Efficiency wage is about future, not now. This is D. This is D. S. So L0, W0 is right. Market equilibrium. You voluntarily, you as the employer, you voluntarily hire. This is efficient way. Why do you do that? What is this from? D is from this LD, right? DL. What is this from? MPL or is MPL, right? So this is your MPL right now. But if you pay higher than MPL, eventually this MPL will shift like this. Why that is? Okay, we'll come to here. The answer is here. As you pay higher than your competitors, here, health will improve, right? You hire typically in developing countries, they do not average workers do not eat enough, so they have nutrition and health problems. So by doing this, they'll become healthier. Healthier means what? More productive, right? They'll become more productive. Another one is that work turnover is in you. Turnover rate is there. So always your new hires, you have to train them. It takes money and time and money, right? If you keep the same employee, you don't need to train newcomers. And that's the benefit from. Then so that's a teamwork, right? The company is almost by definition works as a team. So newcomer, you have to arrange relationships will be arranged all newly. So by keeping the employment longer, you can reduce worker turnover rate and you can increase productivity than otherwise. And then work quality, because in the first place, better people will join you to work here. Okay. Then what else here? Of course, morale. Morale is all about motivation and productivity. So by offering this one, so the company expects eventually this will be shifted, and then you break even, right? Here will be here. You don't lose any money by doing this. So a problem offering this is that here you have what? Unemployment, right? This is prevailing market wage, right? Then this many people are working now. L, S star. Now this much is unemployment rate. Okay. Then finally today, so in consideration of time requirement, Wednesday we have to cover this some monetary system. Completely new chapter is the functions of the money, medium of exchange. 교환의 medium of exchange. So inconvenience in barter trade, double coincidence of wants. You need to make a barter trade happen. Double coincidence is double coincidence. So now Kyunghwa and Erin are going to make a barter trade. What Kyunghwa is want to release is what should be what Erin wants to take. Okay, that's one thing. That's one coincidence. So to trade should be what the party wants. Okay? Trade in, trade out. So Kyunghwa's trade out should be the same as Kyunghwa's trade in, right? The other way around. The match in wants. That's number one. And then second coincidence is that amount or place or time. What she needs is that, so any one of the amount should be the same, right? So Erin wants to release only one goat. She wants to release one cow. Does the amount value match? It doesn't match, right? So amount, size of the deal, and then place. She wants here something like that. Then the time is different. But money can solve every problem, right? You don't need to concern about the match of one's money. You can buy anything. So medium of exchange is this one. Unit of account. So unit of measurement. So the value of this by money. Okay, store value. Okay, to spend, you never spend all the money you earn, right? So you reserve some money to spend in the future. Like it could be money or something else. Then money is one of the possible, probable means to save one. Okay, three functions of money. And the liquidity. Liquidity is that all about assets. Money is an asset, right? You have asset is store value. Asset is store value. You have asset, house, you can sell it and then buy something else, right? You own stocks, Samsung Electronics stocks or government bonds. They are all assets. So it's purchasing power. So store value. And liquidity means how easily you can turn your asset into money. Money is the money. So is your house liquid? It's not liquid. Okay. Is government bond liquid? Very much so. You can turn very, very, very easily. You can turn. Or your demand deposit liquid? Very much so. Or your savings 정기예금 time deposit liquid? A little bit less liquid because turn 정기예금, then you have to cancel your contract with them. Then you have to sacrifice interest rate. Okay. So you call liquidity the ease of an asset into money. Then in general, it's practical knowledge is the asset. Okay. Three things are preferable: liquidity, everything else being equal, liquid is. Okay. Another one, higher return. Then safety. Okay, this is what in the practical world, what is said in the practical world. So you discuss your investment, savings for the what form to carry your saving for the future is people pay attention to in these three regards. Yeah. Liquidity, just in case how easily I can turn it into money. If you buy a real estate, it's extremely difficult to turn, just in case you need money to go to America to study. Is it easy to sell your house? It's not easy. So return, probably the return from real estate investment will be higher than investment in the demand deposit. That's return. 수익성. The safety, you buy a Samsung Electronics bond and the government bond, which would be safer? Government bond is safer. That's what I call it. Then kinds of money. Yeah, we are almost there. Kinds of money. Money in general, little intrinsic value. So key is the acceptability called currency. How current is the thing as a medium of exchange? Money is very much current, right? You keep current. That's what we call currency. Keep current. Keep turning around. Keep current. So that's currency. It works. Currency it works, right? So my story is current means my story works. Current. Okay? 통한다. The current is currency. So we call currency. So currency is the most current instrument, right? To be used among people. So the currency is the most current. Is it understandable? That's so name currency. So in Korean language, 통한다. 통하는 재화, 통화. You see? So currency is 통한다. Okay. Then commodity money, some values of money. So I refer you to cigarettes in the penitentiary. Cigarette in the penitentiary. So prisoners are prohibited from using money. They have to deposit all the money here. Then in each place they use cigarette as the money. That's very cool. Then some or full intrinsic value. Gold has a full intrinsic value, but cigarette has not full but partial. Finally, fiat money, no use at all except for money. So you have in your pocket it doesn't have. Is it useful? Is it battery useful for your scratch paper? Okay. So is it useful? Is it useful to keep yourself warm? It's not of no use, right? But money. That's what we call no intrinsic value whatsoever. Okay. Is it useful as your what do you call the tissue? Is it useful? Don't use money as your tissue. You will damage your skin. Don't use. Okay. It's no use, right? No, what you call no intrinsic value as a commodity, but only power, legal power. That's what you call legal tender or fiat money. You see, legal tender. So does anyone carry? So in preparation of this course, I always use $2 bill. This is fortunate, lucky $2. This is the most popular in North Korea. Did you know that? Then it says here. So anyone who has the American dollar, it says there. It clearly says here, left-hand side here. This note is legal tender for all debts, public or private. You can discharge your liability with this, whatever. This is greenback. This is greenback, right? All American dollar has bag is green, so we call greenback is the nickname for American paper bill, greenback. Chinese paper bill we call redback because 100 yuan, Chinese yuan is red. Okay, so I spent 5 minutes of your free time. Sorry for that. So, any questions? Okay, and this is it for Monday. So I'll see you. So once again, happy Pepero Day. Be stylish. Okay, that's it. Okay.